What's up, guys? Welcome back to VHP Engines. Trying to get caught up on some backlogged lack of content here. Showing you guys I'm still here, committed to this shit. So anyway, this is not a real big exciting tech video. This was a request a long time ago, and the person who requested it was James Douglas. Don't know if you're around still or not. Anyway, here you go, Mr. James. This is Junkyard's Buyer's Guide. All right, now honestly, I don't really like going to the junkyard because you go to the junkyard 9 out of 10 times you're going out alone, and plus I'm a lazy fuck. I don't like to take off parts and all that shit. But there has been a time or two when I've been given no choice but to go, and I'll tell you about that one, and then I'll tell you about the times where I decided it was a good idea for me to go. Okay, so distracted. Sorry. So the time I was forced to go, I was looking for a post mount for the fucking EF, a single cam post mount. Nobody fucking had it. Everybody had the DA B series post mount. Nobody had the fucking single cam post mount to sell me. So of course everybody's telling me junkyard. I didn't want to do it. I was actually willing to pay a premium if somebody could give me the proper post mount, or if somebody would go and yank it for me, but it never happened. So eventually I had to go out, and it was still a pain in the ass. It took me 2 attempts before I got the motherfucker off. I went and I had to pry off the fucking timing cover because I wasn't about to take everything off, and then eventually I got it out. The only good thing about that trip was that it only cost me like $3 for the fucking post mount, so it's definitely cheaper than I would have got anywhere else, but of course it cost me my fucking time. Now, when I moved from El Paso to here, from you guys that watch the story, know that I live close to a mechanic friend of mine who had a fucking huge bolt bin. So bolts was something I took for granted because anytime I ever needed any, I would just go to a homie who was literally like 2 blocks away, and I would get whatever I needed. When I moved and got to Florida, I realized that my supply there was gone, and I was gonna do something about that. So then, of course, I realized that most of these bolts that I need are interchangeable. The transmission bolts and shit like that. They're the same across the brand. So I went to the junkyard and I went scavenging for motor mount bolts and transmission bolts. So what I did was I just went from fucking car to car to car to car, and I would take all the easy ones. I would take the 2 side mount motor mount bolts out. Those would be mine. I'd take those, and then I would take all the top belt housing bolts out of the transmission. I went one time and snagged like 5 sets of bolts, and then I was a shitbag. I didn't pay for them. I lined them up in my tool bag, and I was like, hey, here you go. And they went through my shit. They didn't flag me for the bolts, so I walked out with them. But I think I was buying something that day. I actually did pay for something. I think I paid like $40 for fucking spark plugs and connectors. So it winds up being that the junkyard is super important for the bolt supply. If you're going to be doing stuff like I do and do a bunch of swaps, you need bolts and stuff for the mount of the transmission, or mount the fucking engines to your stands. If you're doing engine building, if you're doing multiple engines at one time, you're going to need multiple sets. So yeah, so to help as a buyer's guide, people are like, what should I pay and all that stuff. I don't think there's any kind of set price across all the junkyards. They're personally owned businesses. They can set the value for whatever the fuck they want for what they have in their yard. Now, with that being said, though, I would tend to stick with the bigger junkyards, especially in like metropolitan area. Like the big ones, the really big ones generally are well organized. And they have usually have a website, and on the website they'll have prices for all their shit. So that way you know what you're paying when you go there. You don't fucking go, put in the effort, pull a part off, go to the window, and then they ask you something ridiculous. So that way you don't waste your time. So I would say that if you're going to go to a junkyard, case the junkyard out a little bit, like try to find the information on it, see if you can find a website that has a buyer's guide. If you don't have a buyer's guide on the website, maybe you can call them and get an idea of what it is before you go, so that way you're not paying a lot of money. As far as junkyard engines go, I prefer not to buy an engine at a junkyard because it's too much money. That's the only reason why. They, generally speaking, a lot of times it's like when you're buying, like I've said before, buying an engine or JDM one, they don't really know the condition of it, and it's a junkyard, so they can, kind of be a little shady on you. and you don't want to pay $400 or $500 for an engine that you're not 100% sure is going to run. So, I mean, like, unless you're getting it like stupid cheap, you got something on the inside for a hookup, I wouldn't suggest going to a junkyard for an engine, just because, like I said, just because of cost effective. It's not saying that it's not good to go grab an engine to rebuild there. I mean, sure. If I'm going to pay a low-ass price for something that I just need a block out of, then that'd be great. But generally speaking, that's not how it is, and you got to fucking dismount and all that shit. So for me, it'd be way too much work to not know, and then you're paying a premium on top of that. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's probably one of the reasons why I put this video on the back burner for so long, because I knew it wasn't going to be very long, and I wasn't sure how popular the topic is going to be. Just to give you a quick rundown on what's coming up, I do have a couple of ideas. I want to talk about suspension. It's not going to be like a technical talk. It's just going to be about do's and don'ts of how you go about doing it, when and why. Cylinder head shopping. Also, I'll talk about that a little bit. You know, how I find them, what I pay, what I'm willing to pay, all that shit. And I think somebody talked about VTEC Killer. Now, I'm not too sure about how VTEC Killer works on B-Series. I haven't done that as research. But I'm going to look into that, and I'm going to see how that's going to be. And eventually, we're going to get to the weekend here, and I will be starting work on the Integra. So you'll see that start, hopefully, this weekend, as long as it doesn't rain again. All right, guys, that's it. Appreciate you taking the time to watch. If you're new to the channel, go click on VHP Engines below. Go to the channel's page, and you will see that I have all my videos organized into playlists to better help you find the videos you need to answer your question. A lot of times I get, most of my frequently asked questions are already answered. I have a playlist for turbo builds and all the turbo questions. So that's my most popular shit that people come through with. So check that out. Look through there to see if maybe I've already talked about it. I also have all my social media in the description below. You can find me up on Facebook. I do usually put updates throughout the week to let you know what's going on with me, what's going on with the video upload schedule. Also, Instagram, I post all my my project pictures and shit like that. So generally speaking, I'll flood Instagram with all my pictures of what I was doing that night, so that way you know what and when and what's coming, because generally speaking, I will be uploading a video within a couple hours of the Instagram picture dropping, so you can check that out there too. Also, I have Snapchat and Twitter for little video updates, like a video I just put out earlier this morning. I updated that through Snapchat yesterday, so it give you like a quick peek at stuff that's also coming too, so that way you don't have to read a whole bunch of shit. I generally don't follow people back on social media, but if you do follow me on Snapchat, you'll get a follow back. I follow everybody who has me on Snapchat, and I peek in on what you're doing from time to time and see if you're stuck on something. Maybe I can drop my 2 cents to help you out. All right, so that's it for today. Guys, I really appreciate you sticking through. Some of you guys have been here for a long time. I really appreciate you sticking by. And all you new guys, welcome. And know that there will be all kinds of more stuff coming in the future. Just bear with me, give a little patience. All right, thanks for watching, and peace.